Do you want me to not pack? And I'll pack.
I already told you I didn't want to break up. Don't ask me any more fucking questions about what I want. You told me you want to leave me, so fucking leave.
And at this point, I know our relationship needs to end.
And so he stayed with her for another month. Next.
Aaron, I'm genuinely scared of you.
Coach Greg, and in today's video, you're not going to believe the drama. Erin Kylene, millions of followers, social media influencer, accuses world natural bodybuilding champion Brian Decosta of doing horrendous things to her. She quickly went to Instagram, to YouTube, and so on, posting videos saying this is exactly what he did to me. And people were quick to jump to conclusions. Thousands of comments of how this is a horrible human being, that he should be going to jail. Remember, he makes his living through social media. He's a social media influencer. He makes a living doing this exact thing. And so essentially they tried to cancel him without even listening to his side of the story. And so what people tend to do is they quickly jump to conclusions. One person says one thing and everyone says, yep, you're done, you're canceled. And so I had tons of people reaching out to me in the DM saying, you need to cover this. You have a voice. You need to prevent this man from doing this to other women. He's been calling her horrendous names. If you saw what he did to her body and you saw the drywall, the holes in the walls and so on, this man needs to be stopped. He's a predator, a horrible human being. Please do a video on this. I said, I can't do this video. I need to hear the other side of the story. It wouldn't be right of me. And thank goodness I waited, because since that time, he has recorded a video explaining exactly what has transpired. He has the receipts proving that he is in fact innocent. And so had I recorded this video, it would have damaged his reputation as if it's not already damaged enough. And since he's recorded this video, people who have watched it, they're all on his side. I'm going to show you what he says, what happened, the reality of it, and know this. She's continuing to delete his comments. She's preventing her fans from knowing the true story. And so I'm going to make sure that everyone knows exactly what's happening. And my personal opinion is people who lie, you fabricate a story to damage somebody's reputation, you should go to jail. We are way too lenient on when people make accusations falsely accusing people of doing horrible things that will damage their reputation for the rest of their lives. Brian Decosta is innocent. She made up these stories. And one more thing. I had planned to do a natty onto this guy, and so this is the perfect opportunity to do so. He's 100% natural. And yeah, I get it, he doesn't look natural, but remember, he's one of the best in the world. World natural bodybuilding champion. Somebody has to have an amazing physique who's also natural. And considering that she's willing to lie, to delete the videos on his phone, she had his secret password on a laptop, deleted the videos that he had proving what he was saying was true. The fact that she was willing to do this, she would do anything to damage this man's reputation. She wants to see him fall. And so if she knew that he was on steroids, SARMs, peptides, anything, she would be outing him. She would be making video after video saying, this guy, he's a fake natural. He also did this to me. Look at my body, look at my skin, look at this wall. Crying, pretending, faking everything so that you all will sympathize to her. And so she's using an appeal to sympathy. Look what he did to me. And then she starts to cry. And so you all feel bad for her. And all the men out there, you're all white knighting. Oh, if he ever did this to you, I will do this. I will protect you. I will save you. Rather than thinking, I wonder if he actually did those things. What if she's in fact making it up? And so I'm going to show you what he says. I'm going to show you the receipts. He has actual recordings proving what's happened. After years of being with this man, living together, she most certainly would know if he's in fact natural or not. She would have saw what he was taking at some point, found it in the house somewhere. He would have spoken about it to her. And so I don't believe that he would have taken anything, because if he would have, she would have outed him. And so he is 100% natural. You got to do a video on influencer Brian Decosta. He's a natural world champion bodybuilder who's accused of physically doing horrible things to his ex, another fitness influencer, Erin Kylene. And so she talks about the evidence of name calling and so on. But the worst part of it was what he did to her physically. She states they broke up a couple of weeks ago. I've been seeing her take her followers through her healing journey. This woman wanted me desperately to do this video. And since that time, she has watched Brian Decosta's video and see what she says now. Just watch Brian's video. Disregard my comments. My God, there's always two sides. OMG. Apologies for taking her vids at face value. You know that if somebody felt this strongly to message me saying you need to do a video calling out Brian Decosta, and now that she's seen his side of the story, she says she apologizes that she misunderstood what was going on, that she had taken her side of the story. You know that she's in the wrong. My personal opinion, she belongs in jail. When you start damaging people's reputation, remember, it's not legal to make up lies about somebody else, especially when it hurts their reputation, their way of making a living. Brian Decosta has close to 1 million followers on Instagram. And this kind of rumor, let's call it, this can hurt him excessively financially, physically, mentally, spiritually, everything. He's had threats for his life written against him.
My ex-girlfriend is spreading false information that I was physically abusive to her. And as we speak, she is actively removing and deleting comments sharing my side of what happened, which I posted on YouTube. For those of you who know me, for those of you who have watched the video, if you can, please keep commenting this on Erin's page and sharing it to people who are siding with her, because people are taking what she has shared falsely at face value and jumping to conclusions without hearing full context of what happened. And I can't stay silent while this is happening and affecting my whole life and the potential of my career. So I have the full video linked right here. Any help would be appreciated, and I appreciate all the kind messages that I'm being sent right now. Very tough time, but we'll pull through.
And so should he have to deal with all of this stuff because she doesn't love him perhaps anymore? Because she decided, my feelings are hurt. They were in a toxic relationship, one of which should have ended months, if not years ago, but they continued to stay together. Guys, girls, if you're secretly recording videos of each other, saving up evidence for if and when something goes wrong, the relationship, it's over. You can't stay with somebody you think that you love and secretly be spying on that person, reading their emails, their DMs, deleting videos that they record, planning for if and when something bad should ever happen. You have all of these recordings every time the person curses at you, swears at you, has an argument with you, and you save up these videos so that you can then blackmail that person. You need to stay with me or else I will post these. I will out you. The relationship's over. Do you really want to stay with someone like that? Oh, well, you have a video of me calling you a name, the C word, and so, I better not break up because, well, what if the world finds out? That's the kind of relationship you want to stay in? The thousands of messages, I don't have to read them. Just know that they're there. Imagine right now that partner that you have, they've been secretly recording you. Everything you've ever said in your life, it's been recorded. They're reading every single DM, text message, email, everything for years in secret. Anytime you said something wrong, they screenshotted it. They saved that video. And after you break up, they're going to announce to the world every bad thing you've ever done. Every negative word, everything. Imagine being that person.
Erin and I went to a cooking class this evening. It was either a Friday or Saturday night, and we got in a disagreement in the car. And I believe Erin made a comment or a snarky comment about something I posted on my Instagram story. I was the winner of a 5K, and a girl in a pageant dress was handing me a trophy. I think she made a comment like, "Is that your girlfriend?" or something. Either way, she may have not meant anything by it, but it bothered me, and we started to get into a disagreement that eventually got quite heightened. And in the vehicle, it divulged into name calling. She claims that I screamed F you to her. I did not do this. All I heard is her scream F you to me. So then I yelled it back at her. We started calling each other names. And this continued onto the ride home, despite us using a safe word that we had learned in therapy, timeout. We had called timeout multiple times.
They call each other names. They're cursing, swearing, doing all of this. Obviously, this is bad. But you can clearly state they've gone to counseling to try to work things out. They literally have a safe word to use when they're in an argument. And so they're in a very toxic relationship. Not all relationships are hunky-dory. Perhaps you've never been in a relationship with somebody where you'd ever curse at your partner. Some people have, some people haven't. The fact that he does it to her, she does it back to him. I don't care who started it. I don't care who finished it. But to outwardly say that he did these horrible things to her body physically, putting holes in the wall, well, that is just not true.
When we got home and things continued, the disagreement continued in the kitchen, I decided to go in our basement, which is what I would often do.
And when this happens, and remember, it happens often, which is a bad sign. They already know what to do. He goes into the basement in this dark room. There's a bed there and a desk, and he sleeps by himself. It happens a lot. The relationship's over. If this is happening a lot in your relationship, take it from me. You break up. You don't keep going. And so they were arguing, having their typical disagreement, name calling and so on, and he tried to get away from her.
We had a finished basement with an extra bedroom, and when we would be in disagreements, I would go down there and separate myself, because if we stayed in the same bedroom, the master bedroom together, things would have just escalated.
I planned something for you to disrespect me. What was with the last 3 weeks that were fake as
I'm not talking to you.
Why are
I'm
you
not talking to
taking
you.
shit for
I'll
the
talk.
last
I'll
3
talk
weeks?
to you in the morning.
About what?
I'll talk to you in the morning.
You said
You said F you out of nowhere. I told her I'm going to bed. I'll talk to you in the morning. And I go downstairs, shut off the lights to the basement, to the bedroom, shut the door, and I'm going to go to bed.
And so he literally has the recording. They're talking, they're arguing. He says, look, I'm going to bed. I'm going to sleep alone. You can sleep in the master bedroom. I'm going to go and sleep in this shitty little room because I know what's going to happen. We're going to keep arguing. Let's have clear heads in the morning.
About 30 minutes or so goes by. She had stopped texting me. I'm like, okay, things are calm, whatever. We can go to bed. Next thing I know, the light flips on to the basement downstairs, and she's walking down the stairs. Well, I see the light flip on. She's walking down the stairs. I hear her steps. I get up out of bed and I crack the door and look out and see that she's walking down the stairs and filming. So I shut the door and I grab my phone so I could also start filming.
And so he's gone to bed. 30 minutes has transpired and she comes down the stairs. He looks through the door. What's going on? Sees her filming. He grabs his phone. He also starts filming. He knows, I got to capture this on film. I want to have visual evidence of what's going on. Remember, she's filming. He doesn't know what's going on. So he starts recording.
And this is a habit that Erin and I had built in our relationship dating back to probably April of this year, is I initially started voice recording, and I told her I was going to do it, voice recording our conversations so we could share it with a therapist.
And so they've been recording their conversations. They share this with their therapist so that they can analyze what's going on. Clearly, it's not working out. They are seeing therapy. Personal opinion, you got to end it. This is a toxic relationship. You shouldn't have to voice record your conversations and go to therapy in order to fix things.
We're both filming. She comes to the door of the bedroom that I'm in and is trying to open the door.
And then I'm coming down there literally trying to talk to you, trying to get into a room in our house. You're way bigger than me, way stronger than me. You're sitting there holding the door shut. I'm literally trying to get in. I tried to open a fucking door in
Yes.
our house that we live in together.
Yes, and I told you I did not feel
It
safe.
doesn't matter.
Yes,
I
it
did
does.
not-
She opens the door and gets it about 6 inches open, at which point I'm on the other side of the door and I'm holding it shut. And I'm telling her, Erin, do not come in this room. I don't feel safe. Please leave me alone.
And so he's saying, look, I don't feel safe. He holds the door and prevents her from coming in. Perhaps she's going to start doing things, but listen, you have a right to be alone. If you're in a disagreement with somebody and you don't want to interact with that person, you have the right to say, no, I'm going here. You can't follow me. You cannot continue to do this. And so he's recording to prove his innocence.
This is my house. Let me in the room. It's just a bed and a dresser in that bedroom. And the lights are off. I'm clearly going to bed. At this point, it's probably around, I would say, midnight or so, maybe 11:30. There's no reason for her to be coming into the room. Back to the story. I'm repeatedly saying, please leave me alone. Please go upstairs. I do not feel safe. Don't come in this room. She now, at this point, has her leg in the doorway in between the door frame and the door itself. So I can't shut the door without like crushing her leg. Like her leg was in the way. So I'm just holding it shut. It's like 6 inches open and we're in this stalemate for 2 or 3 minutes. maybe up to 4 or 5 minutes. And I'm just literally repeating the same thing constantly. I'm filming, she's filming. I'm saying, please leave me alone. Do not come in this room. I do not feel safe. And she's giving probably a 30 or 40% effort to open this door. She's putting a good amount of pressure on the door, but not so much that I can't keep it closed with my body weight. I'm not letting her in the room. I don't want to engage. And I don't understand why she's trying to continue this situation at this point. Clearly, she's very upset. Then she kicks it up a notch to literally 100% effort. After, like I said, about 3 minutes, she starts full on barging the door with her elbow, pushing me out of the way, trying to get into the room. Like I said, the door was about 6 inches open, and she is, with all of her might, just trying to force me out of the way and get into the bedroom. And she's starting to succeed at this. In response to this, I pushed her out of the door and immediately slammed the door and dragged a big dresser that I had at the base of the bed up against the door so she couldn't get in the door. When I pushed her out of the room, she fell into a wall that's like 3 or 4 feet away from the door itself and hit her shoulder on the drywall, put a little hole in the drywall, and fell on the floor. And I think she got a bit of a rug burn on her back, like down her back. And I'm in the bedroom at this point. I slammed the door. And I believe she has a video of this that she hasn't put out yet, but she's hysterically crying, extremely upset.
And so she's trying to get in the room. He's trying to prevent her from going in the room. And so eventually she's charging through the door and he pushes her out of the way in order to close this door. I don't think he's gone beyond what he should be allowed to do as a man. I don't think that he should have to allow her to come into his room and do whatever she wants to him. He's using a reasonable method to prevent her from coming into his safe place that they've discussed that he used multiple times throughout this relationship.
I'm extremely shaken up. I'm in the bedroom. Lights are completely out. I'm still filming at this point, even though it's pitch black.
And remember, he's still filming. And so he has his side proving exactly what happened. The entirety, not a snippet, not post-altercation, the entirety of what happened.
She then gets up, tries to get into the bedroom again, forcefully trying to open the door. It's not budging because there's a dresser in front of it.
And so he blocks the door. He's got the dresser. He's preventing her from coming in. She's using her weight, trying to push through this door, and she's not getting in.
30 minutes later or so, 20, 30 minutes, she comes down again, trying to get into the bedroom. Is not succeeding because I have it barricaded with a dresser. And then she gives up. She tried again for maybe 10, 15 seconds. Is yelling at this point, "You're going to go to jail. I can't believe you did this."
And so 30 minutes later, she tries to get in again. She's unsuccessful. He's got the door blocked. She's saying, "You're going to go to jail." And so clearly, she's like, "I know what I can do. I can jam my body into that door multiple times. Perhaps it'll show something on my skin. I'm going to use my power as a female against him as a male. You're stronger than me. I'm the weaker creature. Whatever I say is going to make you look like a bad person. I'll post this to social media and end your career."
I know that I recorded the whole situation, so I'm not worried at all at this point. From a legal perspective, obviously, I'm fully traumatized the fact that our relationship has divulged to this level.
He's recorded the entire conversation, video, everything, so he's not concerned. I'll just show the judge exactly what transpired, and it'll be all hunky-dory.
She goes upstairs that night, and that's fortunately the end of it at night.
Literally, you did not need to fucking push me into a wall. You could have just shut the door.
I couldn't shut the door, Aaron. You were shoving yourself into the door.
Okay, Brian.
I could not shut the door.
You literally are infinitely so much stronger than me, and you're really trying to sit here and convince me that you couldn't shut the door.
I couldn't.
Should we test it right now? And I'll push
No.
with all my fucking might, and you'll push with all your might, and we'll see if you can shut the door.
Aaron, I
are
could
you
not-
fucking crazy?
I could not shut the door because your leg was in the door. I get up in the morning, and I go upstairs and start going about my day. I go into the master bedroom where she slept that night because all of my toiletries, the bathroom's in there. I was going to shower, start my day. We start talking back and forth again. She says, "I can't believe what you did to me last night." And I explained to her, "Aaron, you were the aggressor in that situation. I was simply defending myself, pushed you out of the doorway. I wish the situation didn't happen." And ultimately, she said, you were the aggressor. And I told her I have proof on my phone.
And so he says to her the next day, look, you're trying to say it's my fault. I have proof on my phone that you were the aggressor. She says, no, you don't. There's nothing recorded on your phone. No, you don't. And he's thinking, well, obviously I would know. I recorded it. Like, think of it. And how would she know whether he recorded or not? Remember, she's in the bedroom. He's outside the room. She doesn't know what he recorded or didn't record.
And I told her I have proof on my phone. And she said, no, you don't. I believe I have this on voice recording as well. No, you don't have the videos on your phone. Check your phone or something. At which time I checked my phone and none of the videos that I had recorded that night were on there. At this point, I start questioning her. Where are the videos that I recorded? Where are the videos that I recorded? She's saying she doesn't know what I'm talking about, even though how do you know that there's no videos on my camera roll? It didn't make sense to me.
You don't even have the videos, and I know you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. You should look at your camera roll right now. They're not there.
You don't even have those videos, and I know you don't. Look at your phone right now. How many of you raise your hand right now, think that she's just making this up, that she doesn't actually know, that she's just pretending? How many of you think that she knows because somehow she's already looked?
In my videos?
In the room, you literally had the room barricaded. I literally stood up here with this pushed against
All
that.
the videos that I had last night are not on here anymore. Why are they not?
Because when I literally said when I looked at your camera, and it's literally in my video.
Aaron, all the videos that I had last night that are not on my phone anymore.
You are voice
no,
recording. You can't video record.
No, I was video recording.
No,
I was watching them back on my phone. You went downstairs and deleted them off my phone?
How did I go downstairs and delete them when you literally barricaded, could not open the door?
Why did you do that?
I didn't delete your videos, Brian.
You deleted all the videos that were on my phone.
Okay, Brian. I deleted the videos off of your phone that I haven't even been around you for.
I had 4 videos on my phone last night that I watched. And they are no longer here. You literally said to me in here, check your camera roll, they're not there. How'd you know that, Aaron? When you said check your camera roll, they're not there. How did you know that they weren't there? Aaron, how did you know they weren't there?
Are you lying about everything else? I knew you were gonna lie about everything, so.
Turns out, and she had finally admitted this to me a day or two later, that she that night had gotten on my computer, my MacBook, and gone onto my Photos app and deleted the videos that way.
And so she went on his MacBook, deleted the videos there. Oftentimes couples, they know each other's passwords and so on. And so you can go and read their text messages, their DMs. You can read everything. You can delete the videos you want. You can read private chats, messages, because perhaps that partner doesn't trust you or whatever, and they do these horrible things. And so upon seeing that he had videos proving of what happened, she decides to delete them.
What I'm scared most of, Aaron, is the fact that you went to a level to delete my side of the story.
Remember, he's continuing to record all their conversations because he needs to prove that he's innocent. And thank goodness that he did.
I shouldn't have deleted them. I did it so fucking fast that night. I shared the videos with me and then deleted them because I literally thought that the next morning I didn't think that it was gonna blow into this whole situation.
Quote, I shouldn't have deleted them. I did it so effing fast. She admits it. He's recorded it. It proves that he's innocent. He has the receipts. He proved it. And so if you're still on her side, after she deleted the evidence on his phone, 4 videos proving his innocence that shows that she was the aggressor, then what's wrong with you?
Why did you delete them? If you wanted them, why didn't you just ask me for them and not delete them off my phone?
Because I don't know what's on them. Also, the last video that you have is fucking terrible. You literally positioned to make it look like I'm trying to break into this fucking room while you have this terrified dog. The dog is scared because you literally just threw me against a wall.
No, the dog was scared because you were trying to break into the dog was scared from the whole situation,
Okay, that's
Aaron.
fine.
And so the dog's scared. He's in the bedroom. She's trying to break through the door to get inside. He doesn't want her in there. He has every right to stay there and not have to deal with her. Remember, he's not the aggressor. She starts this. He's going to bed. She comes down the stairs and she's trying to get in the room. He's saying, no, I don't want to talk to you. We're going to talk in the morning when we have clear heads.
Should I have deleted the videos? No.
Proof She deleted the videos.
And at this point, I know our relationship needs to end.
No shit, Sherlocks.
If physical altercations are being introduced into the relationship to this level, that things need to, like, we need to move on. Like, clearly this is going to be a pattern that starts. I know enough to know that in domestic violence related relationships, like, this type of stuff continues. I want you to feel as comfortable as possible. I want to just get this stuff out of the room.
Never will.
I want to get this stuff out of the room.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. You want to leave so fucking bad. Get out. Run away. Go live your happy little life without me. You got it. You win. I'm sure you're better off on the other side. Definitely living a better life.
And so here's the problem. When you're living with someone and you break up, somebody has to leave the house. You can't live there together. It just doesn't work. I don't know their living arrangements. Did they have a cohabitation agreement saying exactly what would happen in the event of a breakup? Kind of like a prenup, except it's for people who aren't married. Who knows what's going to happen? But when you're living with someone this toxic and they're recording each other's videos, what exactly might they say? What might they do? And taking it back to if he's in fact natural, do you not think that she's recorded everything? If she has proof that he's in fact not natural, would she not have recorded it?
Aaron, this made it so much easier for me to get out of here, honestly.
Awesome.
Like, this is insane.
Yeah, you've made it so easy for me too. You literally told me that you feel stuck in this relationship and that you didn't want to stay with me all day, yet you asked me to go on a walk. You're the most
Why do you keep bringing up a walk? I thought it was a nice gesture to, like, let's get fresh air. Let's go outside.
I'm gonna dump you and then I'm gonna give you a nice gesture of asking you to go on a fucking walk, but you don't even have the fucking decency to actually dump me. You just said it in a way that I had to, like, take it out of fucking context.
Aaron.
You ask me if I want to break up, I say no. You don't even break up with me. It's just supposed to be, like, expected that I knew we were broken up, leaving that conversation. And then you understand why I'm so mad. I thought me sending you that text was a nice, like, hey, Bridgeway text for us to come home and, like, try to work things out and move through things. Yet, meanwhile, I didn't realize that while I was gone, you were going to start packing.
Aaron, can you go to the gym with Allison and have a night with her? I will be getting all of my stuff. What do you mean
Because now I don't
no?
want to go anywhere. I don't want to do anything.
Do you want me to not pack? And I'll pack.
I already told you I didn't want to break up. Don't ask me any more fucking questions about what I want.
So she's already told him she doesn't want to break up with him. She wants to stay with him. He wants to break up. Now, I, in my past, have gone through very, very similar situations, only far worse. If you knew the toxic relationships that I've been through in my life with what people are willing to do, you'd say, Coach Greg, how do you even date people in the first place? How do you even allow it? And so this to me is minor. The things that someone will make up and pretend, the depths they will go to try and bury you as a human being, it's horrendous. And so you can't just trust that these things are going to happen. And so I will never go through any of that ever again. And so if I have to get to the point where I'm recording videos, it's over.
You told me you want to leave me, so fucking leave. You are making this choice. Don't ask me. Why do you keep asking me these questions?
Aaron, I don't know what to do right now. I don't know what to do.
Leave. Pack and leave. Brian, leave. It's not confusing. And so you're all feeling bad for her. Oh my God, poor her. She literally wants to stay with this guy. He's saying the relationship's over and she's making up all these lies.
You're behaving extremely erratically right now.
Yeah, because of you. Welcome to literally how you've made me as a fucking person. I can't even think straight.
And so she's gaslighting him. Hey, you're behaving really erratically right now. Yeah, because of you. Brian, you gotta leave.
This is not because of me.
Really, Brian?
This is
Really,
not
Brian?
because of me.
Have you listened to anything I've said about the way you've acted today?
I'm not engaging with you right now. You need to calm down. You have to calm down, Aaron. You want to know why I can't make it work and why I can't move forward.
No, I want to know why you...
It's because by you breaking my trust, getting on my phone, and deleting and attempting to get rid of my side of a very, very emotionally charged and heightened
abusive
situation with legal repercussions.
Yeah, which will be.
And then saying that you're going to pursue legal action. By you doing that, you are tampering with my side of the story, and by deleting it, you are virtually, without saying it, are admitting that, hey,
no,
I did something wrong.
Imagine staying with this woman, a woman who breaks his trust, goes through his phone, passwords, and so on, deletes his videos. I mean, imagine staying with that.
Aaron, my question is, why did you remove it, though?
We're just going to go to court, Brian.
Why did you remove it, though?
I don't trust you either, so we can go to court.
So that was August 18th into August 19th. And then we stayed with each other for a full month after that until I finally decided that I needed to be out of the relationship.
And so he stayed with her for another month. Next.
Things had gotten completely toxic. And every single time we would get in a disagreement after that situation in August, Erin would threaten to call the police. She would threaten to have me thrown in jail. Basically, she would hold this over my head, the fact that she had a video of me pushing her as leverage to be able to get me arrested, essentially.
And so he stayed with her for a month with the leverage that if you break up with me, if you leave me, I'm going to show the police this footage. I'm going to show this to the world. What do you all think of this?
I don't understand why. Like, this morning, the conversation you had with me was not a conversation of you breaking up with me. That's not what that was. That's not what it was when you were asking me to go on a walk. If you had just broken up with me, you're not going upstairs to ask me to go on a walk. You're like packing your stuff. So at what point? Was it me saying that I didn't want to go on a walk? Was it me going upstairs and walking? Like, what did I do in that time frame for you to now have this opinion of, like, I literally don't even care to, like, try to work things out with you?
Aaron, I'm genuinely scared of you. And the way that you act, the way that you acted upstairs today, and what you are going to attempt to do to my life when I move out of here.
He's telling her, I'm genuinely scared of you and what you might do to my life. Now, if the roles were reversed and a female said this, what would you all say?
I've talked to lawyers, I've talked to personal friends, and while lawyers have told me to stay quiet, anything you share can implicate you, I'm going with my gut and I'm going with my heart and what I know is true.
He's contacted lawyers. They told him to keep silent, don't say anything, but he's going with his gut. He's like, I need to share my side of the story. Remember, she's getting thousands of fans, sympathy from everyone, painting the picture that she's the victim, that he's a horrible human being. When if you watch his side of the story, you can see she clearly deleted the videos. She was the aggressor. She never called the police. She wanted to stay with him. She's using this as a way to manipulate him, to get him to stay with her in this horrendously toxic relationship.
We have called each other names. I'm not saying I was perfect in this relationship by any means. I'm far from a perfect person. We would get in arguments. I would get angry. She would get angry. We would call each other names. I'm extremely ashamed of ways that I've acted in our relationship that I think are extremely unhealthy.
And so like any toxic relationship, they both get angry at each other. They both called each other names. They should have ended this relationship ages ago, but they stayed together. These kind of relationships, they should simply end. There should be no drama on social media talking about who said this, who did that, and who's to blame and who's at fault. Much better to simply end the relationship and go your separate ways. And when somebody asks you about why you break up, you said, we broke up. You don't need to know.
There are things that I've done wrong that I'm not proud of in our relationship. However, be physically abusive and hit Aaron has never been one of them, ever. I've never hit a girl, or a guy for that matter, in my entire life.
He hasn't laid his hand on a man or a woman. This is not what he does. He is innocent.
It's unacceptable treatment, the way I've been piled on the internet for the last 2 days.
And so the threats that he's been receiving against his life, what people are writing in his coaching applications, all because they heard her side of the story, it's not fair.
I did not hit her. I was not physically abusive to Aaron. There was abuse in the relationship 100% on both ways. Verbal abuse, emotional manipulation and abuse, it was extremely unhealthy. And I've got my therapy to do to learn what patterns that I portray in a relationship that enables that type of behavior.
And so look, I'm going to suggest to Brian Decosta and others to read the book Attached. Start with that one. Perhaps go then to Hold Me Tight and learn to talk to your partner. If you're noticing this kind of toxicity within your relationship, it's better to end it sooner rather than later. There are other people better for you out there, and the sooner you can move on, the sooner you can heal. And so hopefully this clears things up, ending it here. This all could have been avoided if she'd only gotten my cookbook. If she had been cooking all those delicious recipes, low calories and so on, it would have de-escalated everything. Also, GO2 Max and Turk Builder perhaps would have better cardio workouts and so on. You'd have something in common. You're both taking natural supplements. And Brian Decosta being a world natural bodybuilding champion, I'm certain he can benefit from both GO2 Max and Turkesterone. And so if you're interested in these, click the link in the description. Remember, there's a money back guarantee. And so what do you have to lose? Code Greg, 15% off. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm, like the video if you liked it, watch one of those two bloops. Coaching plans by me and my team, the cookbooks, the training books, the Circle diet book, the Harder Than Last Time clothing line. Get it all at the website and for free, giving you a free diet and training program. It's free. That's right. And until next time, I am out.